Welcome guys, my name's Grace and I'm a full-time commissions artist based in the UK, and I thought I'd put together a little commission gift wrapping checklist for you because a lot of beginners in the commission world have this question starting off: how do I send my commission to make it look nice, to make it look professional and presentable? So I thought I'd put together a simple little checklist, and at the end I have got some templates that you can use to create all of these things for yourself. I've also put everything shown in this video in the description with some links so you can easily get them for yourself. So first off, I've got some aftercare instructions. I work with all different types of dry media and they all tend to have the same kind of aftercare instructions, like don't leave it in the sunlight, don't smudge it, get it framed as soon as possible. So I write all of this down in a little sheet for my client to have a look at. Secondly, we've got the certificate of authenticity. Now, this is a really important document to give out with your commissions and your prints, just to show that it's a original piece or a print by the artist. Now, as you get bigger in the art world, these will come in very important use when it comes to reselling your work and things like that. And it also just gives your client a really nice unpackaging experience. I like to jazz up the certificates as well using my wax stamp, which has my logo on it. I feel like this just gives a much more authentic appearance, and I use these champagne gold wax beads because they're not a kind of red gold, which I don't really like. They're a very neutral, classy gold, and these are quite difficult to find, so I'll link them in the description below, along with everything else. You can see here I mixed that champagne gold with a green wax bead which matches my logo colour, and I quite like the result. So you can be really creative with all this kind of thing, which is why I love this packaging step so much. I like to add a ribbon that matches my branding and also the commission itself. So for this one I chose this green ribbon, and it really set off the grass in the portrait of Derek, Delilah and Dave. This is a pastel portrait which was framed by my framer. And then I add my business cards. I get these printed on quite thick paper to make them feel quite luxurious, and I'll put all the information about how I print in the description as well. Next up is a thank you note. This is really important. It fosters the relationship between you and your client and lets them know just how grateful and thankful you are for their business, as well as their trust in creating such an important portrait for them. During the Christmas time, I used those Christmas cards that I just showed you that I had printed, but normally I just use a blank card that I decorate on the outside. I do want to get some actual thank you cards printed soon, but for now anything really works, just as long as you've got your writing on there saying how thankful you are to those clients. And I like to do it in my handwriting rather than printing it out, as it just adds a bit more of a personal touch to it. Sometimes I'll include pictures from the process as well if it's a large commission. We've now gotten to the point where we've got all these bits and bobs floating around, so I need something to put it all together and give it a nice presentation. So I've got these craft presentation folders from Amazon. They're A4 size, so they hold the A5 inserts really well, whether it be horizontal or vertical. And then I normally cut them down to size depending on how large I need it. And then I'll use these little craft stickers just to seal it up. And another thing you can add is a free gift. This just really enhances the goodwill between you and your client. For commissions over about £700, I normally include a limited edition mini print of my drawing Liberty of Soul, and this is just a really lovely little gift that you can add. Some other ideas would be a engraved name plaque for your clients, the name of your client's pet on it, or maybe some money off for their next booking. The possibilities are really endless with this, so get creative and have a think about what you'd like to receive if you had commissioned your favourite artist to do something really important for you. Here's the print in a nice white frame, which I would probably frame it if it was a commission over around £1,500. And lastly, I've got my branded wrapping paper there, so try and find a colour that matches your brand. Doesn't have to be exact, but just to give the idea of your brand colours. And this doesn't include all of the outer packaging that I would use if I was sending a portrait. I'll do a different video of that in the future because there's lots of little bits that you need to include for that. And here's an overview of everything I've used in the video. When I first started with commissions, it was a bit of a minefield as to where to start with all of this stuff. So if you're a bit overwhelmed with it all, I've got an Etsy shop where I've listed lots of Photoshop templates or just print off templates that you can use straight away. And it's really easy because you can just download it, take it into Photoshop, add your own logo, change the layers around a bit if you want to suit your own work. And I've had this Etsy shop for quite a while now and it's got lots of good reviews, so I'm really proud of it. I've also got some gift cards and little bits like that, so take a look if you are a bit lost on where to start. I do all of my printing on instantprint.com, and on each listing on the Etsy description I tell you exactly which options I used for the printing of each one. And I've also got a link in the description for £10 off, I think it is, your first order. So when you use that code I also get £10 off. So it's a win-win for everyone. Also, just a little disclaimer at the end of the video, you definitely don't need to do all of this. When I first started I just sent the drawing by itself in a little plastic wallet, but I've come a long way since then, so you can make it as simple or as elaborate as you want. It's all down to you and what your preferred style is. Thank you for watching this video, guys. I hope you got some inspiration for your own packaging, and let me know if this was helpful. Happy packaging!